Hello, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Welcome to your tarot reading here at the Intuitive Teacup. We're going to take that card. Please come into this reading with an open heart and an open mind, a desire to learn something or better yourself. If the messages that come through don't resonate, please release them. Take only what resonates for you. Trust your own intuition above all else, because you are accountable and responsible for all your own actions and decisions. All right, let's set the intention to get my Cancer gang some clear, helpful. Let me try that again. I feel like I mumbled my words. Let's set the intention to get my Cancer gang out there, my lovely, lovely Cancers, clear, helpful, and insightful messages wherever they're at on their spiritual path currently. All right, let's do it. Happy Aries season. Happy eclipse season, Cancer. I hope you guys are doing well. We will take that. All right, we're starting with Oracle cards this week. We're going to do a short little tarot spread as well, so hang around for that. We're going to see what comes out for Cancer. So let's start here. This one flew out before we even got started. Energy doesn't get old, it doesn't get tired, and it doesn't need food. What it needs is openness and receptivity. So that's leaning into the more Venus energy. Moving away from control issues too. I'm hearing like Mars kind of, Aries, Scorpio energy. There can be a need to kind of like steamroll ahead, like plow ahead and really like, stick the landing and get it done and go, go, go. And I don't know, there's something about energy that it's in the ethers. It's already being manifested, and I mean this in a beautiful way, Cancers, like take a deep inhale and exhale as I say this, like you cannot control this. You need to just release. You need to surrender. You need to let it come to you. All is good. All is working out for your best and highest good. You just don't understand that right now. You just don't see it. I'm sort of getting this. It feels like you're trying to run through quicksand or run through like a swamp. It's like you're just trying to gain traction, and the universe is like, you don't got to do that. Like it's wasted energy. Like literally, like exhale, it's already coming to you. It's like it almost has like a Three of Wands type energy, but because you can't see it, you're not believing that you've made great strides or that you're like things are materializing, things are manifesting. You don't see it yet because it's not here on the physical 3D yet. But like I almost wanted to say like, let's just chill. Energy doesn't get old. It doesn't get tired. It doesn't need food. What it needs is openness and receptivity. Yeah, it's like that Mars versus Venus struggle. Lean into the Venus, lean into the compassion, lean into partnerships, team dynamic. You have people supporting you. And yeah, just a need to relax and a need to find comfort, specifically in the self I'm hearing. Find comfort in your own body. You might be kind of riddled with anxiety right now. And you don't need to be. You don't need to be. Movement is important for you though, to release that pent up. It's like stimulated energy. It's like it has no release point. So a lot of you need to like exercise. You need to like go for a jog or whatever it is that you do. You need to swim. You need to do yoga. You need to have sex. Whatever it is, it's like you got to release that energy in like a healthy, cathartic way. All right, and then this says be open to change, be receptive to new experiences. Change leads you to growth. Absolutely, absolutely. Animal card that's coming out for Cancer, the moth, like a moth to a flame. It's funny, I'm looking at this horse thinking like Sagittarius, like movement energy, moth to a flame. There could be something about attracting fire signs right now or being attracted to a fire sign. That won't be for all of you. Others of you, let's see, Aries season for my Cancer risings, that's going to rule your 10th house of career, of legacy, of public standing, of your reputation, your status in the world. So there could be a shift in your status and how people are viewing you. It's like, this almost seems like a spotlight too. So some of you might quite literally be in the spotlight or be more seen, more in the public eye. People having more access to you in some way. Maybe that's social media related. I'm not sure. Let's see what the moth says. I probably passed it. Let's see. There we go. So this says impulsive, hasty, and wishful. The moth is sure the grass is greener on the other side. Moth energy is at play when we're attracted to easy solutions or anything shiny and new. It can lead to unfinished projects, disappointment, or burnout. It is helpful to remind moth personalities that life is complex. No matter the illusion, no one is exempt from the trials and tribulations of this great journey. Practice seeing life as an infinite mystery rather than wishing it was easier or different. When in balance, this card can be enthusiastic and whimsical. When out of balance, it idolizes others, and it's jittery. That's a good energy for what I was picking up on. It's like jittery. That's a good word. It's like we need a release of that energy that's pent up inside of us. To bring it into balance, finish a project. So yeah, a need to focus your energy. And again, that word surrender or release is really important. Venus just moved into Pisces. And Venus is about connection and partnership. And Pisces is that loving, compassionate, spiritual, kind of go with the flow sign. So especially in terms of relationships, and not just that, I said the same thing to Aries in terms of like money flow, maybe money related to career. It's like, we can't force anything to come. We have to have kind of this release, what will be attitude. And like, it's in the pipeline, it's coming. But we have to be open to the timeline of the universe and sort of the greater things at play that we don't always see or understand. And, you know, there might be other people involved that we're not necessarily seeing at the moment, but that doesn't mean they're not there. And I just think there's a need to have faith here too. And the moth said, you know, not to look for easy solutions just because you're bored, you're jittery, you're eager to move to the next chapter or move to the next cycle or move to the next person. There's a need to like exhale and like be grounded and just sort of, and understanding that things are going to come when they're supposed to. Something about this feels very Gemini to me too, the butterfly, the jitteriness, the fluttery energy. But with that, you know, Gemini is a great energy to like go out and have fun with them, you know, have a really good conversation. Whether this involves a Gemini or not, it's like there's something advantageous about the playfulness of Gemini energy. But the flighty energy or the lack of commitment, the lack of wanting to establish roots and maintain, commit, like preserve, like that fixed energy, sometimes it can be too flighty, too up in its head, too up in the air. So there's a need to get grounded. It's like we kind of want to counterbalance that with maybe more Taurian energy. I don't know why that's coming through, but anyway. All right, so tarot cards. What else for Cancer? I do think travel and movement, yes, for the body, as we said, exercise and all that, but also a trip. I mean, some of you still have things going through your ninth house, which does have to do with long distance travel. Someone may be coming to visit you from a distance. You may be traveling, and that might be healthy and cathartic for you. You know, take a vacation from your problems. They're still going to be there when you get back if you want them to be, right? But there might need to be a healthy opportunity for you to zoom out and realize what you were so focused on. It's because you didn't have anything else to do. It's like all you had to do was focus on that. And so it was almost like an obsession I'm getting. So like distance yourself from it. Give it some space, sometimes some distance. You know, if you go overseas or travel to the next state, like that problem isn't really even going to be in like your main focus. Like you can push it to the side. And I'm almost getting it's like it's going to work itself out. You focusing on it isn't necessarily helping anything. I hope this is making sense to some of my Cancers out there. Openness, receptivity. Be open to divine blessings and miracles that the universe is trying to usher into you. Some of you, I can literally feel you're like, where is it? Like you're freaking out because it's like you don't feel like you're in control of this. And like maybe, I don't know if this is going to help or harm, but it's like, I think you need to know you're right. You're not in control of this. So why are you trying to be? Like... I'm not gonna lie to you, I've been watching a little bit of like Tyler's tarot, and he has that thing is like, quit being important, stop being so important. And like you guys know I love my Cancers, like hardcore, you guys are my people, but I'm always going to use that phrase like, stop being so important, you're not in control of this, so why are you pretending that you are? That's obviously said with a wink, with a nod, with a jest, right? It's sort of like lighten up, just allow things to come to you naturally or organically, because if you're in that energy of like that jittery or nervous energy, it's like that's sort of the energy you're manifesting in. So like, you know, let's say you're trying to manifest a love relationship. It's like you're going to manifest someone who equally has that like chaotic nervous energy too. And like, that's not great. You know, two people who both live up in their head. Oof, let's get some earth energy going. You know what I mean? All right, here we go. 3 of Wands. There it is. There's that be patient. Be patient. Your ships are coming in. Like it's already... Okay, this doesn't make sense to me, but I'm going to say it anyway. It's already materialized. It's not even that it exists in the ethers or that it's being manifested up in the cosmos. It's not like your prayers are being heard and we're working on it. Your prayers have already come in, but they haven't come into you physically. maybe that has to do with a job or a person. It's almost like, this is just an example. If you're applying to a new job and you're like, man, I thought I killed the interview. Like, I don't understand what the delay is or what's going on. They've already decided that it's you. It just hasn't been relayed to you yet because things are busy and chaotic and got lost in the shuffle. It's like, they're going to reach out to you. Of course they have to fill that position. But it's like, for you, it just feels like, you've been waiting forever. And for some of you, it's not that example I gave, right? Maybe you're waiting on your person, and it's like, this almost says to me, there's already someone in your life who's decided, like, all right, I'm going to make it work with Cancer. Like, I want to come in, I want to do this, whatever. But there's a reason why they're not coming in that, again, it has nothing to do with you. So stop making it about you. It's like they got shit to deal with their family. They're moving. They're at a new job and they have to like learn the ropes, and it's demanding all of their time. And so they're not trying to come into you and bring chaotic energy. So be grateful for the wait. This is a blessing in disguise. You just don't know it yet. There's your King of Wands. There's that fire energy. So again, I'm going to say this to you, the positive side of wand and fire energy, right? It's enthusiastic, it's fun, it's lighthearted, it's like, the world is my oyster, very, very Cancerian energy, right? A lot of possibility, like, let's go have fun, let's work hard, play hard, but ultimately, like, let's go after what inspires us. That's very King of Wands energy. Let's be generous with our time, with our passions, with our hobbies. Let's share it with those around, to help encourage and motivate and empower and inspire them too. Let's be a good support system for others. But also, honoring and respecting our own self-worth and value, all that good stuff. With that, I'm almost wanting to say, and I don't think this has to do with your king, because it would have come in as a knight. There is a temptation to go after something because it's quick and it's easy, but it doesn't mean it's good for you. And that's what the moth was saying. So this may be jumping into a new workplace scenario that you don't really want. You're half-hearted about it, but you're like, well, I'm not going to wait for the other one because it's almost like you're up on your high horse. It's like, it's disrespectful that they've made me wait this long, so like, F them. But that's ironic because that's not how you feel. It's like the one you really want that you're having to wait for. Again, for a lot of you, this is a general tarot reading. Take it with a grain of salt, right? For a lot of you, it is coming in, but because you don't see it, you're apt to self-sabotage and jump at something new. And I don't do fear-based readings, but with fire energy and a lower vibration, it's like you're going to get burned. If you get too close to the light, right, the moth, it's drawn to the light, but there might be something kind of, I'm hearing like superficial about it. It may have to do with external beauty versus, what's actually good and real and authentic in the soul. That's very like King energy, Leo energy is like shining an authentic light. You might be being drawn to something that actually isn't worth it in the end. And I'm not saying you can't, but I am also saying, careful when you play with fire, right? And just to be very clear, that has nothing to do with fire signs in and of themselves. That's a metaphor for this whole moth card energy. Maybe it's a Gemini, right? It doesn't really matter the sign. I think you should wait. Active waiting versus passive waiting. Don't put your life on pause, right? Go out, have fun, live your best life. But I think you should wait for the opportunity that actually means something to you, where there's a magnetic attraction to it, and it's for all the right reasons. It doesn't have you questioning things or confused by things. I would wait for this King of Wands opportunity. Maybe it's a person, maybe it's a job, maybe it's a lifestyle change, maybe it's a house or an apartment that you're hunting for. It's like, don't settle for the ramshackly one. Like, it's especially for a Cancer, like, don't lowball what you want on your house, right? It's your living space. Of all the signs, I would say, the living space is probably most important to Cancer. So for those who are like searching for a house or an apartment or uprooting themselves, it's like, you might have to be a little bit patient. There's already a good one. It just hasn't been put on the market yet. But the universe is like, it's already yours. You just don't know it yet. This is about having faith. Hugely associated with Sagittarian energy, Pisces energy, right? Again, Venus just moved into Pisces. Compassion, feeling, going with the flow, surrender to the chaos. And with that, healthy boundaries, right? Not letting the chaos of life around you ensue you, that's the misuse of that word, but overwhelm you. You kind of need to establish, what is yours to keep, what energy and emotions are yours to take on versus what's going on external around you, and being like, I'm not going to be swayed by that. Like, I'm going to stay in balance. And that sort of has a lot to do with eclipse season, right? The Libra balance versus the Aries go-getter energy. It's like we quite literally need to find the balance between that, between the self and others, between our control issues versus our our need to accommodate others or be a good team player. I think this King of Wands is coming in for a lot of you. Be open to change. It's almost like you may have been metaphorically putting your eggs in a certain basket, and I think there's a dark horse, quite literally, that comes in. You're like, oh, but you're excited about it. You're excited about it, and it's not as fleeting as whatever the moth energy is, too. It doesn't have that nervous, chaotic, jittery energy of like, oh, is this the one? Is it going to work? You'll just know, because the King of Wands is fixed energy. It's very firm in what it wants. It knows. It makes it known. It's a great card of self-expression and being able to, express our true desires. For some of you, there's like a recruiter that has their eye on you. It's like you may even be literally talking to a headhunter, or it's so funny. I did an entire spread for Capricorn and it was all about poaching. It was like, yeah, there's some recruiter that's trying to get you. And like in theirs, it was a little bit more convoluted. You get to decide what you want to do, but it's like quite literally whatever this King of Wands represents. I almost said King of Pentacles. Whatever this King of Wands represents, they already have their eye on you, but you have your back to it, so you don't see it coming. What can I tell Cancer about this opportunity, this person, whatever has their eye on them? Yeah, they're quite literally looking at you, Cancer. But you have your hopes and your dreams and your wishes. It's like you're invested in something else. And I'm not saying it's bad or evil or good or like it's far more complicated than that. But what you're holding on to and maybe like marrying yourself to in a sense, the universe is going to bust you out of that. There's almost like a beautiful tower moment coming where you get what you want indirectly or in a new way. Or I'm hearing like via a new passage or a new channel. I'm not even sure what that means, but... And also, it's like, do you actually believe that whatever you want is possible? Because some of you, you're manifesting out of a place of lack. You're manifesting out of a place of, well, I never get what I want, so why would I get this job? Why would this person text me? Why would they call me? Because nobody ever loves me. Nobody, no offense, Cancer, but like very water sign, sad sack energy. All water signs can do that. It's not just you. And again, I love you, but I'm here to tell it. Some of you are manifesting from a place of like, woe is me, and that's why you're not getting anything right now, is because even though this person has decided they want you, they're sensing it's not the right time to come in, and it's because their vibe is so high that right now you're not an energetic match for them. What's interesting, though, is what you may be looking at over here, you may have a higher vibe than whatever you're waiting on that is fleeting and inconsistent, that nervous, jittery energy. It's very like Gemini, Virgo energy. That's not coming in because you guys aren't an energetic alignment. So yeah, there's something very interesting here. But I'm almost wanting to say your blind spots. You're not seeing it. But at the same time, I'm always going to say, like, you're very intuitive. You're very psychic. So if you can stop living in your head so much and go back into your body, right? Maybe like center yourself, do some chakra root work, whatever it is. The answer is right there. It's almost being spelled out for you. You're receiving signs and synchronicities from the universe. Yeah. Karmic justice is on its way. Again, it's already been written. It's already there. It's already here in the 3D. It's just not in your immediate radius or viewpoint yet. You need to have faith and you need to be patient, Cancer. You guys are just like, oh, I'm so over it. But some of you know I'm right, though, right? A few of you, anyway, if you're resonating with this. I know. All right, anything else we can share with Cancer? Sagittarius, the Voyager, enthusiastic, philosophical, independent, generous, ethical, seeking, happy-go-lucky, adventurous, honest, bareback, unbridled, experimental, lucky, boundless, traveling, risk-taking, tactless, and self-righteous. So, the higher versions of this, don't get it twisted. Maybe you have a Sagittarius coming in. Don't think I haven't noticed, Cancer, that you guys have been showing up in each other's readings. Noted. But you're also being asked to lean into those qualities. If those are qualities that you desire in a mate, in a job, in a whatever, you need to take you need to take those qualities on in your own life. You need to lean into that so that you're not romanticizing it in the form of another person. You're romanticizing qualities that are very much available to you that you can embrace and lean into. I'm almost wanting to say perform until it becomes just sort of this natural, oh, that's who I am now. At first it was like wearing a costume because I'm not super philosophical. I'm not super happy-go-lucky. I'm not super adventurous. But the more I practice doing it, I innately become that person. I love that message. That's fucking badass. I love it. And then Taurus. It's funny, Aries got this as well too. I just did Aries reading. Taurus, the bombshell. Earthy, practical, steadfast, productive, fertile, tactical, ample, worthy, ripe, pleasure-seeking, sensuous, blooming, solid, possessive, tenacious, loyal, patient, deliberate. So maybe these are the qualities you're being asked to lean into. Maybe something about these qualities are going to help you sort of bridge the gap between waiting to like physically see the ship come in. Ultimately the Three of Wands leads to the Four of Wands, which is about a solid foundation from which we can achieve great growth. It is also a partnership card, right? It's Venus and Aries. Again, the eclipse seasons are taking place in those signs. So independence versus partnership and teamwork, and growth from that. Growth from a well-established and solid platform, not growth out of thin air. Semi-sextile. Allow it to be Cancer. All right, that's what I got for you guys. Thanks for joining me today. Please show me some love and hit the like button. I would greatly appreciate it if you could leave a positive comment or anything like that. It helps my reading find a greater audience on YouTube, helps the channel grow. If you're not already, I invite you to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you'll be alerted when I post my readings. Feel free to leave a tip or donation by hitting the thanks button. And if you want more content from me, I am on Instagram and Facebook. I do a select amount of personal readings a month, so if you do want to reach out to me via email, we can try and set up a session for you where the tarot reading would be catered more specifically to your energy and inquiries. So yeah, hit me up if that interests you. If not, thanks for joining me today, and I will see you soon for more tarot. Bye, Cancer.